Hey guys, how's it going? Dave here with another video. Just wanted to get on quickly and talk about Corsair. We've got some news today on them, and it's definitely not good, unfortunately. A lot of people, shareholders out there wondering what to do, what's going on. So let's dig into it. Okay, so here is our 5-day chart in Corsair, and as you can see, it hasn't been good. We have had a big drop today to start the day. What's going on? What's causing this? It's really been, just to be honest with you guys, absolutely horrible year for Corsair. I am a shareholder, and I'll be honest, it's been disappointing to me. Let's zoom out a little bit, check out a 1-year chart here. And ever since they went public, almost a year ago now, it's just been all the way down. We've had a few bumps in the way, as you would expect, but overall, it's just been bad. We started about 35 when we went public, and we're now down to about 16. So really, we've been more than cut in half since it went public. If you bought at the I can't remember for sure. I think it was a direct listing, but it may have been an IPO. Or even a SPAC. But anyway, if you bought when we went public, you're not looking too good here. So what are my thoughts on Corsair going forward at this point? Well, a lot of it has to do with the macro environment we're in. You can't blame them for that. So a lot of the tech growth companies have been absolutely killed. I'm sure you know as well. You've seen in your portfolio that anything that gets classified in that tech growth space has not performed well and gets dragged down by those markets. So this is a 6-month on the NASDAQ. Can see there's been a lot of carnage in the market. There's been a lot of pain in the market, and part of this has caused Corsair to go down for sure. But to be honest, it's not all the macro markets. So we're looking into it. At the end of the day, the company still has to execute, still has to perform. And they haven't been doing that to my expectations. So today specifically, why is Corsair falling so much more than the broader markets? Even though the NASDAQ is down, Corsair is down much more. Well, it came out with some preliminary Q1 results the company released. The CEO released a statement with it. Basically, the stock sank 14% post-market yesterday after the firm's preliminary Q1 revenue widely missed the street. So basically, they missed what the analysts were expecting. They're blaming this on short-term slowdown in consumer spending in Europe, obviously partially caused by the war in Ukraine. Seems like a little bit of a weak excuse to me. Yes, Ukraine is a horrible situation. That's one country in one continent. But that's what they're blaming it on. So their unaudited revenue was about $380 million, which is down 28% year over year, is well below the consensus estimate of $449.73 million. Unaudited adjusted EBITDA is expected to be between 14 and 15 million, which is really low, versus 80 million in Q1 of 2021, which is a year ago. So once again, we're down huge over a year previously. So that's year over year numbers. The CEO has said, "We were not expecting to show growth over Q1 2021 since that quarter contained stimulus checks and pent-up demand due to product shortages." So really, CEO, as they all do, he's trying to spin this as not being that bad. We weren't expecting it to be great because last year there was all these stimulus checks and people were buying more items. Rings a little hollow to me. I think if you have a good company, you should be performing in any environment. And I'm getting tired of the excuses with this company, to be frank. Continues on, inflation is higher than expected, and the Ukraine war put a strain on consumer confidence. We are encouraged by reports of GPU price falling and availability coming back to normal. So one of the big factors impacting them has been these GPU availabilities, which are very important for building custom PCs, very big in the gaming industry, as well as streaming, content creation, things of that nature. Obviously, GPUs are very important as well for Bitcoin mining, for crypto. They're used for data center clusters. Tesla uses them a lot for their machine learning and artificial intelligence. They're used for tons of artificial intelligence. So really, there's just a huge demand for GPUs, and Corsair has been struggling to get them. And I think this might help in the future. Again, I see this as kind of, it's true, but I'm getting tired of the excuses here. So this is the news that dropped the stock about 14% today. Let's move on to the chart. So I've gone ahead and put these Q1 results into the HyperCharts revenue graph. As we can see, we are at about 380 million here. These are, of course, preliminary, so they could change a little bit. But we're down from 2021 Q4. We're down from 2021 Q3. We're down all the way back to about 2020 Q2. So we're looking at almost 2 years, just shy of 2 years, and with no growth at this point, basically, which is not what you want to see from a growth company. So very disappointing results, needless to say. Of course, there's a few factors that can always be blamed. We've got inflation. We've got GPU prices still coming down, supply chain issues, war in Ukraine causing problems for sure. But at the end of the day, the company needs to execute. They haven't really executed to my satisfaction. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in what I would like to call the penalty box, where I'll be watching them very closely. I'm not going to average down because my confidence isn't high enough, but I'm not ready to give up on them just yet. So I'm going to watch very closely until the end of the year, see how the next 3 quarters go. If we get some decent numbers, that growth trend starts to resume, then it has potential going forward, and it can be a long-term hold. So ultimately, companies don't always perform in the way you expect. Yes, there's been problems. Yes, there's been headwinds, but every company encounters issues. Every company needs to overcome it. Look at Tesla, one of my biggest holdings. They've encountered all sorts of problems. They had to shut down their factory in Shanghai due to local restrictions around COVID. They've had all sorts of supply chain issues dealing with customers, and at the end of the day, they're still executing. They're still killing it. That's what we need to see from this company. So at this point, I'm not accepting more excuses. I'm watching them for the next 3 quarters. We need to see some good numbers here. We need to see some good products. And if we don't get that, then I may just have to take that loss and put it against my capital gains in the future. In some ways, a loss actually can be an asset if you capture it and put it up against your tax gains. That way you have to pay less taxes in the future. And then if you want to buy back in, you can do that while capturing that tax loss. But those are my thoughts right now. We'll see more on May 2nd when we get the official numbers and the official quarterly results. And yeah, things just are not looking good for Corsair. Unfortunately, it's been a really rough year for all of us investors in the company. I hope you guys are doing okay out there. Let me know what you're doing with Corsair down in the comments. Are you buying more? Are you holding? Are you selling? What do you think of these numbers? Are there other factors I'm missing? Thanks. I'll see you guys next time.